Hi everybody, it's Sheila Lamb from Scrap Chicks here to show you a quick walkthrough and a few tips on making the grab and go kit I put together called Teenage Dreams. This is the folio that you'll make. It's made from 3/4 design paper. That's the collection, and a couple of sheets of cardstock, and you'll have lots of things to fussy cut and decorate. Now here's the finished project, and I'll show you what you get, and this was just my suggestion of how I decorated it. Because I wanted to make these grab and go kits simple and where you could just grab and go and not need a lot of things other than some adhesive, your basic tools like a scoreboard or a trimmer, we didn't want to look at having to use per se any brads and things that might have made it a little more difficult to take along with limited space. So I've incorporated a little lock like this, and you'll use the lock and this stretchy elastic to be the item that binds it together. Magnets are also a possibility, but I made mine a little on the thicker side, so I ended up covering up where my magnets would go and thought that using this would be just as good. So the instructions will include how to make the folio. There's lots of beautiful incentive items in here in the sense of inspirational for young women. And it is called Teenage Dreams. It is a 6x6 folio that just keeps unfolding. You've got lots of little cutouts, lots of things to add, lots of embellishments. Everything comes in the kit. You can just add as little or as much as you want. So it opens like this. It pans to the left and pans to the right. Lots of room to add things. Over here you have, I just put the strip of film that came in there. I tucked in these cards. They're loose. You can glue them on. You get all of these little attachments here, 2x3 photo, just suggestions of what you could do. And moving over here, this unfolds. I used the denim pocket. I added in all the little cosmetics and things like that. You are who you are when nobody's watching. These are the pull-out mats. This is where some of your black cardstock will also be used. These are some tags, again, that come in there. You can add photos, add a journaling page, anything that you like. It just is, like I said, this is just suggestions. On the flip side, you have this one here, and again, that's where the one we looked at earlier. On the right hand side, you can do hard things. It may not be easy, but it's worth it. You'll also include some of the gems in there. There was a tag that is included. I cut the tag out. I added a mat and added a mat here, a moment captured. Camera shy. Again, flipping this over. This is the flip side that we just looked at. And then why fit in when you were born to stand out is another pocket here. So the way we did it, the way it's cut, and you'll assemble it, it'll create 2 pockets. You can add more. You could have put a pocket on the bottom. I chose not to because I used this page of note paper that was included in the kit, and added some more tags, some more suggestions, and again, a photo suggestion layout here. The way that this entire album then completes is you will fold up the bottom, you will fold up the right, you will fold up the left, and you will flip up the bottom, and then this comes to a close. You will see that you have a beautiful inside gusset is created in the design. This holds the right hand flap, this holds the left hand flap, and everything is nice, and there's lots of room. There's lots of goodies already installed in here, and yet it has a really good ability to hold a lot more. So let's just quickly go through a few things I want to point out. This is the kit that you'll get. You'll get the walkthrough instructions. You get everything you need. Everything you saw used in mine is in here and more. So you get all this black cardstock. You get all the sheets of paper. It used all of the sheets of paper I provided. I think we used 4 12x12s of the pattern and 3 12x12s of the black cardstock. All the elastic, all the trims. You even get some the foam pads to lift up and do some of your artwork if you don't want it to be completely flat and glued down. Now, here's the important part. On the very first piece that you're going to cut, and I've included this in the instructions, but sometimes seeing things is a little better than just going by instructions alone. There is lots here explaining everything, showing you pictures and so on, and how it comes together. But I thought I would include this video just because a few things can get a little harder to understand if you're not seeing them firsthand, especially when the instructions are in black and white. So simply, you're going to begin this pattern by creating the gussets that you're going to need to build the folio. This is the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. And you're going to use one sheet where you're going to score at, see here, 2 3/4. You're going to score at 3. You're going to score at 9, and going to score at 9 1/4. So these are your 1/4 inch gussets. You're going to rotate it, and you're going to score at 3. And you're going to score, you're going to score at 2.5, my goodness, which is there. You're going to score at 3. You're going to score at 9, and you're going to score at 9.5. Now this is what's going to be created by doing those score marks. What does this white line mean? This is to show you that you have all of these score marks, and I hope they're being picked up on film here. And I want you to make sure that you do them really carefully. You don't want the paper to crack. It was really nice working with it. But this is the section you're actually going to cut out. And why I chose to show it to you live and closer up is you have the inner score mark and the outer score mark. You want to cut the outer score mark. So it's on the like this line here and this line here, and you're going to cut that out. And you're going to repeat that here, outer, the outer, and the outer. And then that's going to leave you that cross piece that begins to make the actual folio at the bottom. That makes all of these. So here's where this comes in. You can see that. You can see there is a flap. There was a flap right here. Then you're going to, there's the 2 wings right here that you're going to create pockets with. And that's why these need to be removed, because they're not going to be used for anything. Now, moving on to the next part while I have you, is you're going to create on the next sheet, 2 sheets. You're going to take 2 sheets of 12 by 12, and you're going to score them in half at 6 inches. And then you're going to cut them at 6 inches. So you get 3 of these, which are going to create the folio arms of your, this is where they're going to get attached. Just like that. And on the bottom, this is where you're going to add the 3rd. Down here, there's a flap right here, and you're going to do it like that. A lot of the seams have been covered up, and the important thing I want to point out is when you are doing these, you want to add it like this so that it opens like this. Be careful you don't have it turned around and then it would be opening incorrectly. So you want to add adhesive here and it folds out, add adhesive here and it folds out. And how does this pocket get created? Very easily. I'm going to see if I can replicate it here for you. The way that this pocket is attached is there will be that little flap. See, that's the flap that is coming from the original piece. With that flap on the table, you're going to take this and you're going to add glue to the flap, just like that. Envision it with me. I have it all noted in the notes that you'll have. You're going to adhere this page just like that. And make sure when you're coming up, you are leaving that 1/4 inch gusset. You're not pulling it right up to the other one, or you're not going to be able to fold it and have the allowance. You're going to have it just like that. You're going to seal it down. And guess what? When you fold that up, there's the pocket that was created by the flap on the original part of the base page of the folio. Same thing was done here. We just took this one here. This is on the inside. So you could do the opposite. You can attach it on the flip side under here and have it so that the pocket is on the inside. And again, watch your page is added on this side just to that fold mark. You don't want to go too far. And then that's how the the flap, the pocket is made on this side, just like this one. This one's on the outside here. This one's on the outside here. Very straightforward. I know it looks a little bit confusing, but it really isn't. And then the whole item just comes together and comes nice and tight. You will have 3 extra sheets left over, or 2 extra sheets. You're going to cut these down to 5 by 5, and these become the little insert mats that you're going to put inside your pockets. If you want to add another pocket down here by attaching a pocket to the flap on the inside or the outside, that's up to you. Also, when I decorated mine, I decided to make the closure look cohesive by adding just one piece that looked complete, but when you opened it up, I added this piece in here. You could add this piece all together. You can have this look completely different, but because it was going to be closing, I decided I would do something like that. Again, just personal preference. Play with it, decorate it. Everything you see here, you get, including all the ties, the flip outs, everything. Excuse me. So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, I can be happy to help you out. And it just makes a wonderful gift for somebody that needs something like this, a young lady, a preteen, anybody like that that looks for something fun that they can add little photos in for their friends and have a little something. A couple of these make a great party idea. If, say, you're having, 9 to 12-year-olds coming over and they wanted to have a project, this would easily, satisfy them for many, many hours, because all of these things I fussy cut out and added some pop dots that are included in the kit as well. So like I said, in the instructions, it talks about all the pieces of the black and where you're scoring. Here's the information about your matting for your pattern paper. Here it talks about and demonstrates where you're going to do the cuts. Here's the white section. See how I was worried it might be hard to see? So remember, you're going on the outside. So you're going to have the inner fold line in there to make it all fit. You're going to cut that section out, and that's what you're going to get, this nice base where you've got a 1/2 inch allowance in one area and a 1/4 inch allowance on the other. And then that's how you create the nice boxed effect. Just showing on the side how nice you have of a gusset, so you can tuck a lot of stuff in there and it's not bulging. Works out really well. Here it demonstrates how to add the glue just to the outside like that, lay it down, and then when you close it and flip it over, that's how you have the pocket. So you're just going to repeat that process on the other side. Same idea. You could put the glue all the way around here, lay it down, and then when you have it folded, you see you'll have the pocket appear as well. And then the bottom, we didn't add a pocket. This is to show you on the bottom of the folio, you're going to glue that entire section, add your last 6 by 6 fold out. That's what's going to be the bottom, and there you go. And that basically builds the folio, and the rest is just fun and you get to decorate. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.